Boo! Good evening. It's that time again. That time of the year. It's the dead of night. It is an intimidating autumn night. But not just any intimidating autumn night. Motherfucking Mischief night. The night where everybody who wants to truly prove how evil they are is out on the prowl, looking for ways to get into trouble. That's not what I'm going to be doing tonight, though. I'm going to be doing something significantly more frightening. I'm going to, give the devil his due in another way entirely. By making them scary, grindy, horseshit death metal song. Because what else would I do? So those of you who paid attention to my Twitter last night / yesterday probably know a good bit of the reason I decided to do a stream like this. Because I bought 2 plugins in one night. Simply because I had the funds thanks to my music commission, so it was like, why the hell not? And moreover, why not actually put them through their paces in a proper song? Like, the timing is just all perfect. 2 new plugins to use, both metal-based. It's Mischief Night / almost Halloween. Like, the planning, I couldn't have planned it any better if I tried. Not that I did plan to do a music stream this week, just, ever since I went on that shopping spree, I was like, you know what, I might as well, it's gonna have to happen. No question about it. So, enough stalling, let's go ahead and, first I'll show you the broad strokes of what's happening. By which I mean I'm going to start by introducing what I'll be using tonight. The main plugin. And that would be Music Lab's Real 8. 8-string guitar VST. Just making sure you can hear that. OBS tells me you can hear that, so it would be nice if somebody managed to wrangle OBS to actually make it work for them. A good friend of mine unfortunately had to cancel her stream tonight because of OBS issues, so I hope I don't have to do the same thing. I know better than to trust OBS, but nobody... Oh, somebody else can hear it. Okay, fantastic. By the way, this is, suppose I might as well greet everybody, so, that would be Brother T-Bird, who may or may not still be here, Die, and of course, the ringleader himself, the Dead Man. Dead Weasel, or whatever the hell he is, the Clown. He's here, that's all that really matters to me, at least. At any rate, that's one plugin down. So let's introduce the other one. Ferret, that's right. That was my mistake. Anyways, here's the other, let's move right along from that. This is Solemn Tones Kraken Hybrid Bass. So, the reason I like these two plugins in particular is because they go real low, and they sound just fantastic. Which you will see later on. The nice thing about Kraken in particular is that it actually has slap bass samples. So that later on when I want to write funk tunes, I don't have to rely on my old easy bass. Or even better, I can make funk tunes that were tuned low as hell. Gent funk, let's make that a thing. Not tonight, obviously, but at some point. It's like, we have the capability, why not actually use it? Alright, that's enough of the introduction. Let's go ahead and actually write some music. And we're going to start by actually not writing music at all. So, let's start by choosing an amp sim. And I think I know which one I'm going to use tonight. Although, if I'm going to use this one, I'm going to have to use another plugin first. Let's see. Yep, my usual overdrive, Dr. Drive. And we'll use Smooth Booster, why not? And now, next up, the real star of the show tonight. As far as amp sims go, this is Ignite Emissary. Free amp sim, usually not my thing, but if you're after a modern metal sound, you really can't do much worse than this. Just an absolute classic. And last, of course, we need our impulse response loader. Now, I don't particularly want to do much thinking as far as actually picking out cabinets, so I'll have to go look for one of my usual stops, which means I gotta throw up a loading screen. Please give me a moment. There we go. Nice and brief. Didn't keep you waiting too long. We're just going to be using Catharsis S-Press High. I've mentioned this one before on stream. It's pretty classic. It's generally one of the first names in free metal impulse responses. So that'll be that. So, yes, as the title implies, the main goal of tonight is going to be scary. So, to that effect, we will be using a nice feature of Real 8 that none of my previous plugins had. And that is that if I go here to the key switches and use my all-enabled preset, let's see, feedback, there we go. If I hit this key switch right here, C sharp -1, and if I choose a note, it will trigger some feedback, which was something I just couldn't do with, none of my old plugins had that feature, which is a lot of the reason I decided to plunk down on this. Because you hear feedback on guitar-based music all the time, whether or not you know it. In some cases, it's a bad thing, but in others, like, if I've ever heard that, like, shrill, harsh, sort of ambient sort of sound, then that's what feedback is. So. Okay, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, feedback is very punk, but again, we're not doing punk tonight. That was a stream a couple of months ago. Tonight we're doing what I'm calling death metal preliminarily, but who knows? It might sound like another subgenre entirely. Might even wind up being black metal. Don't know. I'll have to actually experiment and actually write the song. So, let's just go ahead and put a MIDI item down. Yeah, we'll start with 4 measures, why not? And we are going to, let's see, C sharp -1. That's a C sharp plain 1. It's hard to tell if, this is just something some plugins do, unfortunately. Where it's impossible to tell whether they actually mean C sharp -1 or if they mean C sharp 0. It could be an octave off. That happens all the time with certain plugins. Well, before we do any of that, let's actually pick a note. Yeah, C minor. We'll go with C minor. Snap into C. Eolian. Sure, C4. C4. Not a number you should trust in a lot of contexts, but in this one, that's what I want. Yep. C sharp 1. Let's hear how that sounds. Incorrect. So if I trigger it a little later, maybe that'll work. I can't tell if that's actually making a difference, so I'll have to mute this event. No, not really. Or no, it sort of is. This is bizarre. Yeah, we'll just roll with it. So yeah, significantly less planning less planning going on than usual, but we'll have to live with it. And it's good to know it's louder than me. How's this now? Yes, indeed, sometimes I gotta wing it. Because again, this whole stream was unplanned, like... I just got drunk last night and thought, you know what, fuck it. Because the other thing you gotta understand is that this is metal. It's gonna be loud. So, then again, if you didn't like metal, you wouldn't be following me now, would you? Or at least you wouldn't have come to this stream. I do other music too, but tonight it's metal. Again, Halloween, Mischief Night. Spooky season, which I've barely celebrated this month. I've been too busy with other shit, so, for tonight, you'll have to just let me indulge myself. Anyways, I think I might have to pull, let's see if this helps. I see. Volume balancing issues. Well, that's inconvenient, but maybe I can fix it with this. I messed with a couple of sliders. Let's see if that helps. Either way, I'm gonna get back to work. So, thankfully I have another, little provision for this. Just to really play with the feedback. Guitar gadgets, check this out. So, I had an entire stream dedicated to this particular plugin suite. This particular plugin. So, it has one particular pedal in it. Like this plugin is just a bunch of wacky guitar pedals that give you all kinds of like crazy garage rock alternative sort of sounds. Which is not usually what I'm going for, but this is the exact sort of project where they'll come in handy. Once I find the right one. Combulator, no. No, that's not the one either. No. No. Okay, so it has one particular plugin that was tailor-made to make feedback sound even crazier. And I know for a fact it's in here because I used it in the one project I already used it on. But now I gotta find it again because I can't remember what it was called. Not that one, not that one, not that one either. Here we go. This was the one, the Larsonator. The non-indicative the name didn't help. I forgot what it was called. Alright. Let's see how it affects the sound. We'll A-B it. Here's what it sounds like now. Brace your ears. And let's kick this on and see what it does. Not much at the moment, but let's fix that. Let's up the feedback knob. Alright, so we don't have this running long enough to really see what it can, how it affects the sound, so suppose we'll have to lengthen it a bit. Not too demanding. Almost got it there. It's not really affecting it the way I want it to quite yet, but I think we can see what we can do. Let's snap it to a power chord, why not? See, power chords 5. Just basic C and G. Okay, so these are actually higher than I want. There we go. I don't want it to go down all the way to the open. Not for this particular track anyways, so just a simple descending power chord, why not? Also, thank you for stopping by, T-Bird, and have a good shift. It was a pleasure having you. Always a pleasure having you, no matter how long or short you can stay. Don't sweat it. Go make that cheddar, brother. So let's see what this does. This is not having quite the effect I want. Okay, this is strange. I'm clearly doing something wrong here. Feedback trigger 8. Pardon me. Probably should have run the manual a little more before attempting something like this. Let's see, God, that's like a fucking throat. That's probably a sign from God to tell me, for the love of fuck, stop doing this. but he'll have to stop me himself. I have no idea what any of those numbers mean. Let's just turn to Sane on and see what it does. No, this is not working anywhere near what I wanted it to. I'll come back to this idea later. For the immediate moment, I suppose I'll just move on. So, clean guitar. This track is exactly what it says on the tin. So, there we go. MIDI item. There we go. I just pasted the whole single chain just in case, but I actually don't want to use most of it. Or I do want to use it, but I want to use different variants of it. So we're swapping to the clean channel for this one. But before I do anything else, I've just got a real basic idea for this particular track. I wanted to just bounce between the two notes of a tritone. Wow, one of the Chrono Mages came home pissed. I hope you didn't hear that. Alright. There we go. Chords, snap the chords. Power chords. Flat 5, there we go. Perfect. Split that note apart. Extend it out so that I basically want this to be endless, more or less. Let's copy this over and see if I got it right. Perfect. Exactly what I want. So let's swap it out. For this measure, I want to switch it to flat third. Perfect. Copy that over for a few measures. Tell me that already doesn't sound horror as fuck. Scary. Spooky. So let's use some plugins to make it sound even spookier. Drench this thing in effects. Why not? Which is why I broke this out. So I guess we'll start with some presets. Why not? Dirty little phasing. Why not? We'll start with that preset. Ah, forgot to loop it. Silly me. We're off to a good start, but let's add some more. So one of the nice little, there we go. Didn't mean to click that. So one of the nice little gimmicks about this is that you can actually, there are 4 entire slots. You can use 4 of this plugin's pedals at once, which is very useful if you're trying to go for spooky sounds. Once I remember how. There we go. Enable that slot. Let's see, filtrator, phaser, that's what I have on the initial, let's see, I know we have a chorus, sort of a, then again, as I said in my first experiment with this plugin suite, basically every plugin in here can be a scuff chorus if you use it correctly / incorrectly. So I suppose I'll just experiment with them a bit. So, I'm just gonna play with them a bit and see what happens. That is fucking weird. Okay, so that's wacky as fuck, and I'm going to use that setting in another song, but this is not what I want for this particular one. So let's switch to another one. Slicer. Filtrator. Okay, reverb we'll save for later. I'm not ready for that yet. Delay, not quite. This is an ugly distortion, I don't want to use that. Another reverb. Rest in peace to your dog's ears. Now that's more what I'm after. So let's enable the last slot and add a little reverb to this. Give it that last little, spaciness, airiness that we need. We'll try this one first. Perfect, exactly what I want. Yes, perfect. That's pretty much as close as you can get on guitar to a ghostly wail, so that's already basically exactly what I want. Almost. There's one last thing I want to add. This isn't working for me, so we're getting rid of it. Instead, we're going to add chorus, there we go. We're going to use this one, Mercurial's Chorus WS1. And we're going to put it before Guitar Gadgets, because this is what I want. If I'm using a clean guitar, I want a chorus on it. Usually. Doesn't matter if I'm doing a stadium sort of actual ballad sort of clean guitars or something like this, something wacky and haunting. Either way, I'm going to want it. So, let's just play with it and see what we can get. Perfect. Now let's kick on Guitar Gadgets to see how they play together. Yep, that's pretty much exactly what I want. Excellent. We are in business. Just sitting on a tritone and a flat third. Just all the ugly, sort of scary intervals you want. That's exactly what I want as far as atmosphere goes. Although there's one improvement we can make. Which, to make less of a pain in the ass, I'm going to glue this whole thing together. I don't want these playing at maximum velocity. There we go. Excellent. So this is basically the intro sorted. Exactly what I want. So I think what I'm going to do here is I want to do something like Aesthetics of Hate by Machine Head, where the opening is mostly just it being some clean chord ringing out, or in this case, a bunch of nasty intervals ringing out. But then the drums come in as a fade-in. Like just this intense, fast, really death metal, thrashy sort of beat. And that's what plays. So to that extent, I've broken out Easy Drummer. It's been a while since I've used this on stream, because it's been a while since I've used it in the final part of a song. Now that I've really gotten comfortable with Ugrotone drums, this is pretty much strictly a songwriting tool. And even then, I don't use it all the time, because the way I have Reaper set up, I can also use it as a songwriting tool. But I'm really in the mood to really think things through tonight, so we're going to do it this way. We're just going to use Easy Drummer's absolutely world-class songwriting capabilities. Just, yeah. Alright, so we're mostly going to be sticking to Library of the Extreme, I feel like. Library of the Extreme. Especially the Death and Thrash pack. Let's see, we're at 190. And the closest they have is, we go from either 180 to 200. That's close enough, though. The nice thing about working with MIDI is that there's a bit of a tolerance. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like 10 or 20 BPM off. Like, it's not that big of a deal for a drummer to speed up or slow down, should the need for that happen. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We'll start with the D beat, why not? Let's see what this sounds like. Perfect, exactly what I want. So, we'll start it at measure 9. Because again, I wanted to fade in, so to speak. So yeah, in this context it's overpowering it, but we can fix that in a couple of ways. First of all, we can turn up guitar gadget some more. And I opened the wrong fucking track instance. Silly me. We want clean guitar, that's right. Perfect. Now they're a little more balanced. Even before we do the fade-in. That's going to have to come much later. Alright, so we're off to a good start, but it's time for us to actually get started on writing a riff. Get into the actual metal part. So we'll start with the drums as usual. Let's see. D beat, let's see what that's about. That's exactly what I did up here. Let's try a skank beat instead. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. They call this type of beat a skank beat. Don't yell at me for it. I didn't name this. I didn't come up with this sort of beat. That's just what they've been calling it for decades now, so, I don't have any authority over who calls what beat what, so, I don't think anybody here will, get too on my case over it, but in case